Hi everyone, welcome to Amy's Life of Zen. I hope all of you are doing great and enjoying the challenge. Kudos to all of you for finishing 5 days of the challenge, and today we are on day number 6. And I want to welcome all of you. Today's challenge is something very special because you are already radiant right now, and now you are sharing this light not just with yourself but also with the people who are part of your life on daily basis. So I'm not just speaking about the romantic relationship. Yes, it's a big part of our life, but I'm also talking about any relationships you may have. Could be, your family, your friends, even your coworkers. So keep that in mind when I'm discussing this today, right? Um, Before I get into this, I also want to I just want to share this with you all that I'm somebody, I always value relationships in my life since I was a little child. I think I've always been a social creature. And so I enjoy these little gifts, the universe gives me of like different people in my life, and I'm very grateful for that. So your today's challenge is very easy. It's about cherish your relationships. So before I share, the other parts of it, let me share a brief story with you all. And this is a story which is close to my heart. I heard it when I was in my young adult years from one of my teachers in a spiritual session. So it's a love story between this elephant and a tiger. So they are madly in love with each other. Every day, this tiger goes into the forest, hunts the best animal and brings that flesh and, brings it for the elephant and gives it to the elephant. Similar way, every day this elephant goes into the forest, walks miles and miles, and finds the best quality of grass and brings it for the tiger, right? So after a few days they both are like mad at each other because the elephant is like, what is wrong with this tiger? Is he out of his mind? Like, why does he keep on bringing me this piece of flesh? I don't eat meat, and it's just coming on my home, and the flies are all over it, and I don't like it. And similarly, the tiger is pissed with the elephant, thinking like, why he keeps on, why this elephant keeps on throwing grass in my house, and it's just dirty and messy. So the story is there is always going to be a tiger and an elephant. In any close relationship you see, right, it's always a tiger and an elephant. And the purpose of these closest relationships is for us to grow, to evolve, to learn and to love basically. So pay closer attention in your life, right? For me personally, I think love is not just about that romantic feeling you feel, or not just temporary good feeling you feel for something. It's about commitment for sure. It's also about stamina. You know, do you have do you two have what it takes to make it in spite of all the differences? To stay together and to make it. And I think for me, I guess commitment, consistency, and stamina, that is completely like, the top priority as a foundation of any relationship. And, the relationships are there for us to make us better human beings. They are there to teach us something. They are also there to help us grow and evolve. And, they are our best life lessons, actually. So don't shy away. Don't run away from them. If you are a tiger or an elephant, recognize that and work towards that commitment that yes, we will make it, if that's the differences you guys are dealing with. That was one example. And the second topic I wanted to talk about is we all have, some kind of primary love language, and this comes from one of my very favorite book, by Gary Chapman. It's called Five Love Languages, and where he talks about, he's a family therapist, and he talks about these five different love languages we use, all the time in expressing our love and expressing ourselves to others. The first one he talks about is the words of affirmation. So these are the people who are very sensitive with words, and they need to hear, the reassurance, the appreciation, the praise, that you love them, and you have to show them by the words. And these are also the people who are very sensitive to that, to the tonality, so you can't just tell them to do things for you. You can't demand things from them. You have to request them. So these people need that words of affirmation in order for them to feel loved. Second one is my personal favorite. That language is called the quality time. I'm someone who enjoys the quality time, with my loved one. And I am not very fond of someone who just sits with me and they are not in the present moment with me. So they are either texting, they are distracted by the phone or looking around. So yes, I am somebody whose primary language is quality time, because time is everything. Time is precious. Time is even more precious than money, I think. So if you can give that undivided attention, right? It's like how you have to be with children. You have to give them that 100% attention. So some people have that as their primary love language. The third one is about exchanging gifts. There are people who enjoy exchanging gifts. They feel loved when you give them, when you show it in a gesture of like gifts. And it doesn't have to be something very materialistic. So it could be something you made, so, or you bought, or you searched a lot and then you finally found something which is really meant only for this person. So it's about the thought, it's about the effort, and it's also about the time and energy you put into the gifts, for this person. So yes, that is their primary love language. The fourth one is acts of kindness. And this one is pretty much pretty much similar, but it's, so these are the people, they feel loved, if you show it, you have to show them love by your actions and not by just your words. So for example, if somebody comes home late and you help them with the dishes, or you just call and order food for them, or you release them from their daily chores so they can relax and they can get this little bit of time to kind of feel relieved. That's how they feel loved. And last but not the least is the um, physical touch. And we all know that how therapeutic and magical the physical touch is, right? So these are the people who enjoy hugs. You need to hold their hands, and they love getting massages, things like that. So, and you may have combination of all, and you may have like one which is evidently very primary language for you. When I started noticing the people around me, with what was their primary love language, I started giving them love in their own language, and it completely changed my relationships. And I also was vocal about my preference with my love language. So, the people around me like understood that, like when how I felt loved and how I felt secured with that. So these are a couple of examples, and I think read the book if you have time, if you ever get a chance. It's one of the best books I've ever read about relationships. But also, before you end today, make sure you spend the time with your loved one, and you know make sure you let them know how important they are for your life, and thank them for being there in your life. Because in our daily busy lives, we tend to take these people for granted. That one call, that one text message. So just make sure you thank them and you express that gratitude, and also be vulnerable and open to express the good things you feel for them. So cherish your relationships and let me know how it goes, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Take care and good night. Bye.